Welcome to Into the Spotlight Talkshow! Everybody, I'm so excited. Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to a new episode of Into the Spotlight Talkshow. And this week we are about pride. And why we're saying that? Because it's June and it's Pride Month and we have several celebrations today. But you know, it's time to celebrate rainbow boldness and being unapologetic yourself. And speaking of fabulous, I'm Hector Vega, your host. Thank you so much. I'm really charmed, part confidence, 100% reason the mirror exists. Okay, humbleness is not activated in this moment. Tonight, everybody, we have a lot this week, so we're gonna some sparkling segment line up for you. So we're gonna start today with the the flash highlight of the week. Today we are drop fun facts and history about pride and LGBTQ plus culture and you didn't know and needed to know. Inside a sass, a little bit. And trust me, it's more entertaining than a drag queen hair flip. For sure. Next up, we have the What's Up? Into the Spotlight. Who liked the What's Up? I like the What's Up, right? Where I bring every day. Everybody love the What's Up. Where I give you the top movie picks of the week and plus, all the details and holidays today. It's starting today and plus a shout out today because we celebrating Pride doesn't mean that we cannot celebrate everything else too. Later on, we have a special guest. Tonight we have Zack Allen from Gay of Universal. He is a community leader, social media powerhouse, and absolute legend. You won't want to miss this interview that we have today. Starting with all the, being grateful and be a pleasant to be here. Before all that massive, we're gonna want to say thank you to Concrete Light Picture for these gorgeous studios because let's face it, talking to my mirror every day doesn't go out anymore. Doesn't cut it. It is not cute. Every day, right? And like just look at me like this crazy guy. And although I want to shout out to Some Brand, Impact Fashion, and Beyond Fastlane for this killer shirt. All the time they are dressing me up is so, oh my God, I look so cute. I'm still wearing, you know what? Wearing boring clothes considered your official fashion emergency. You can call Ashley Meadows at 608-516-6919 or drop by 1011 North Mills Avenue. Your wardrobe will be thankful for it. And trust me, we'll be happy. This show is not sponsored by Sugar Mommy, Sugar Daddy, OnlyFans. So don't forget to follow us everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music Podcast, and Spotify. Hit the subscribe button and give us a like and share your favorite moments because let's face it, do you want to brag that you're part of the epic Pride episode of Into the Spotlight Talk Show? So, all right, who's ready? Because we're going to strap in celebrating today, love, embracing the fabulousness, and let's kick off the Rainbow Rich Night with the flash highlight of the week. All right. Welcome to the flash highlight of the week. And today, guys, the topic is pride. Who else is pride? I'm pride at everything. So this is Pride Month. It is just a fabulous excuse to wear rainbows and throw confetti in the air. Although, we're gonna start with the real meaning of the pride. It started with a fight, a real one. Let's go back to June 1969 in New York City. A little bar called the Stonewall Inn. A safe heaven for LGBTQ plus folks got raided by the police again. But this time, people said, no, not today. Instead of running, they resisted, fought back. And yes, it was messy, loud, beautiful, and historic. What followed was the riot that ignited a movement, and surprised it wasn't led by the celebrity or politician. It was led by drag queens, trans women, and the trans women of color, activists, and every people who were there done being silenced. That night turned into days of protests, and a year later, the first Pride, what march took place, no sponsors, no filter, just people walking proudly through the street demanding to be seen. And that, my friend, is why we celebrate in Pride. Not just because we love a good parade, but because bravery looks really good in rainbow. Now, let's get some fun facts, the kind that make you sound like, stuff at the next party. So the first fun fact of the day, it is, do you know the original Pride flag had 8 stripes, including hot pink for sex and turquoise for magic? Clearly, priorities were set somehow. And the fact number 2, Pride was celebrated on every continent, including Antarctica. Even penguins are allies at that time. And the third fact is the world's largest Pride parade happens in Sao Paulo, Brazil, with over 3 million people. Let me tell you that was not a parade. That's a fabric shortage waiting for it to happen. And of course, I will try to talk and tips our hat to the heroes who changed history, starting with Marsha P. Johnson from 1945 to 1992, a black trans drag legend and Stonewall frontliner, and she co-founded Star to help homeless LGBTQ plus youth. Her motto, "Pay it and not mine." Iconic, right? The second one is Sylvia Rivera from 1951 to 2002. She was a Latina trans activist who fought for inclusion when no one else would. She pushed the movement to care about everyone. And the last one is Bayard Rustin. From 1912 to 1987, and I will say this for sure, was the openly gay black, and I'm telling you, you see the timeline, it is completely beyond of the story. He was the first openly gay black man who organized the 1963 March on Washington behind Dr. King's. And when I say like Dr. King's, it's Martin Luther King. I Have the Dream was Bayard making history, it happened. So remember, Pride, it isn't just a party, it is a protest, a promise, a celebration of being loud, proud, and unapologetic you. And if anyone ever tells you you are too much, just smile, flip your hair, and say, "Darling, I'm not too much. You're too basic." And that was the flash highlight of the week. That was short, sweet, sassy, and dripping rainbows, but now we're gonna start with the "What's up?" of today's day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the "What's up?" of today's day. If you're watching this segment for the first time, welcome. I'm here to share today's holiday celebration and although my top movie recommendation of the week. So, probably do you know that exists, but in details, I will start with the holidays of today's day. Starting for the first one. Today is June 17, 2025, and let's dive in. National Dump the Pump Day. Somebody react about this one, please, because I feel that I'm not alone in this one. Everybody, somebody is asking, like, do you know what is Dump the Pump Day? No?
I don't know what that is.
Dump the Pump Day. So it's the day that we're supposed to be to ditch our cars and ride public transit because nothing says saving the planet like squeezing onto the crowd. If I tell you right now, somebody say damn hot. That's funny. Onto a crowd that's really, a dozen strangers who didn't get the memo about the other end. Oh, damn it. That was so harsh. That was so harsh. The second celebration is oh, I don't want to say this one. Global Garbage Man Day. Global Garbage Man Day. Shout out to the heroes who literally clean up after us, especially after the Pride celebration with the glitter and the questionable leftovers hit their thoughts season. If your gratitude were money, they will be millionaires by now, for sure. My third celebration today is National Mascot Day. Somebody end dot on this one? National Mascot Day. Crickets. Yeah! That's right, a day dedicated to those giant, awkwardly dancing creatures who bring life to sport events and local parades. Because what is a game without a fussy mascot flailing around in a hot suit? For real. And this summertime is crazy. Lastly, National Apple Strudel Day. Do you like strudel? Oh, crumble on top? Why you like it? Do you like it? No. Elijah say no. Jay say yes. Patrick?
Flaky and hot.
Flaky and hot. Phenomenal. Somebody else is phenomenal. Why do you like it? How do you like it?
I just like apples.
Do you like apples in general?
Apples and cinnamon.
Do you like applesauce?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the thing. That's my reason to make something. So it's like applesauce is the basic. So go ahead, treat yourself to some flaky apple field pastry. Apple field pastry perfection, you deserve it. Actually, I said this is the last one. This is not the last one. We had National Eat Your Vegetable Day. I love broccoli, carrots. I know. That's my reason I keep sexy in this time because I do eat vegetables. Did you say Popeyes? You say Popeyes. Yes. Those green things that your mom always told you to eat, consider today a formal reminder, or just eat fries and call it a day. Your call. Let's talk about the top 3 movies recommendation of the week. And we're going to start about Straw, a gripping drama about Janiva Wilson, a single mother navigating a day filled with unemployment, health crisis, and the systemic injustice what Taraji P. Jensen, Sherry Shepard, Teyana Taylor, and Glenn Turman. This is on Netflix, guys, and this is directed by Tyler Perry. I had the experience to watch this movie last night, and let me tell you, the acting of T.J. Jensen, oh my God, it is delicious. This is available, it's available on June 6th on Netflix, so you can go and watch it. Last movie of this recommendation is How to Train Your Dragon. Who's obsessed with the cartoon? Because I do. How to Train Your Dragon. Of course, I love hiccups. Oh, you saw it? Jay said that she saw it. You too? Somebody saw How to Train the live action. I'm not talking about the movie cartoon. The live action. I want to see it. I'm the most do. And you guys haven't visited Epic Universe, Isle of Berg. Oh my God, that's blow my mind. So the rock island of Berg, a Viking boy named Hiccup defies centuries of tradition of befriended a dragon named Toothless. Oh, is that cute? However, he had an ancient tree emerged that endangers both species. Hiccup's friendship with Toothless becomes the key to forging a new future. Together, they must navigate the delicate path toward the peace, soaring beyond the boundaries and the world and redefining what it means to be a hero and a leader. The future of this movie is Mason Thames, Nico Parker, Gerard Butler, and Nick Frost. The director of this movie is Dean Dimbless. This has been released on June 17th on the older also NBC, Regal, and Cinemark. All of this information you can find on our social media platform, and they have a holidays that you haven't want to miss. Please follow us on the social media platform at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Music Podcast for more information, and keep celebrating all the information that we provide into the Spotlight platform. If you like this was the What's Up on today's day. Guys, stick around for more into the Spotlight because coming up next, we have the special guest of today. I want to say his name bad, but I know he got a long name. So his name is Zack Allen. So don't miss this, and we go right back after this short break. Welcome back to Into the Spotlight Talk Show! Oh my God, I'm surprised there are more people than usually here. Oh my God, it's exciting. Guys, welcome back to Into the Spotlight Talk Show. And our next guest, it isn't just sharing memories, he's shaping global experiences. And respected LGBTQ plus advocate and creator of Gaze of Universal. He's bringing pride, joy, and visibility to theme parks culture and one post, one story, and one celebration at a time. With a platform that reaches fans around the world, he creates a safe, vibrant space where community meets entertainment. His belief is in representation, not just a message, but as a movement. Please welcome the visionary behind the global experience, Zack Allen! Hug, because it's right. Hug is right.
Hug it out. Hug it out.
You can sit down. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
I could have told you this because I didn't tell you before. But I put Zack Allen, and when you sent the email, you have Zachary Yarborough.
Yarborough.
Yarborough, right?
Yeah, like Marlboro, but Yarborough.
Okay. I will ask how you actually get with that merchant names.
So Allen is my middle name.
Okay.
And when I was in college, I had a degree in teaching. And so I didn't want my students to find me on the internet.
Oh,
so I changed my last name. Plus, it's a lot shorter and easier to say.
And and that's complicated, and I think it's more brand.
Yeah. So Zack Allen,
But
shorter.
is Zack Allen still accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, I would
accurate.
I would love that. Welcome to Into the Spotlight.
Thank you for having me again.
This is actually an interesting fact because we met on social media, then we met physically on Orlando Fringe. Jay was with me in that time.
Yes.
And several times we beat pattern, and I told I want you be part of the Into the Spotlight, and you told me everything would happen for the entire week, and thank God that you made it.
Yes, yeah, because it's been a busy week, because Pride is always a busy time of the year.
Yes, it is completely.
And so I was very glad that I was able to make the opportunity to be here with you, so thank you for having me.
No, thank you for saying yes, and I'm so glad that you're here, because I saw your platform, and you actually shared one of my pictures years ago, but I want to showcase what you do because it's completely beautiful.
Thank you.
Not just for the LGBT plus community. This is actually the whole entire alphabet. I'm trying to.
It's a big alphabet.
It's a big one. But it's just in general like the entertainment culture.
Yeah.
And how you can present. But before and then, who's Zack Allen?
Oh, who's me? I don't think we had that long of a show.
Well,
in the words of Kermit the Frog, we've got a minute and a half. Muppet Vision 3D.
Just a minute and a half. But who's Zack Allen?
Zack Allen. Well, I'm from South Florida originally, and I moved up here to Orlando, just like any, young, striving, out of college, homosexual, wanting to work in the theme park industry. And so I moved up here about 15 years ago, and I've lived here since then. And I love everything about Orlando. I have tattoos that represent Orlando.
Wow. He's a huge fan of it.
Yes, yeah, because Orlando is such a thriving, creative place between the theater goers, our theme park people, our theme park performers, and our drag scene. There's so much here that's always constantly going on. It's just, it's a very fun place to be.
What inspired you to do theme parks instead of like, do you work or grew up in an entertainment industry as a kid, or just a passion you find it when you moved to Orlando?
Well, yes, just like any South Florida kid, you always have an annual pass to one of the theme parks. And as a kid growing up, I thought I lived in the theme park.
Fascinating, like a hallucination like that.
Yeah.
Oh, roller coaster, yeah.
Yeah, we always live in a world of fantasy.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up, we always came to Disney. We always visited the theme parks here in Orlando. So it was just always ingrained in my family's vacation. So
my first question is more in this sequence. So for those that they are new to this magic, what inspired you to create Gaze of Universal?
That's a great question. So on the internet, we see so many Instagram pages out there, and there was a lot of queer focus. Focusing on a certain theme park, Disney, and I get it. Disney is a a way that a lot of queer people connect with because they're trying to reclaim their childhood because they didn't have that childhood. So Disney's great for that because it's magical, it's wonderful. But then throughout the years of going to Universal, I was like, there's a lot of gay people here. Anything from Halloween Horror Nights to Mardi Gras because we love a muscly, glittered man.
I do love Mardi Gras. I think that my favorite season is actually Halloween.
Yeah, because it's the second Pride.
For real,
Yes.
for real. But Mardi Gras is just.
And so there was always this fun, but there was no page out there that was showcasing people from our community that showcase and are there at the parks. And so I was like, you know what? Let's try something. Let's start sharing people's content. Let's repost stories. Let's share their stories. Because in the end of the day, the more stories that we put out there, the more representation that we have, that we stand out and that we're here. And in the classic phrase, we're here, we're queer, get used to it.
And we are queer and
yeah, get used
and
to
excited. Something that actually I found fascinating is just like how you shared before that your boyfriend actually founded you through the page. That's actually funny.
Yes.
Like how this movement of Gay Universal they help a lot of like people to get entertainment. How you did that in that process?
So when I started Gays of Universal, there was a lot of I didn't reveal who I was. I was just the man behind the curtain,
Yes.
Man behind the rainbow, if you will.
You can see the glitter, right? You can see the glitter.
But when I was getting popular, I think it was like our year 3 or 4 that we've been doing. You know, I'd already revealed who I was behind the scenes, and we were involved in a lot of networking and working with outside small shops and venues to kind of boost the community outside the theme parks. Well, my boyfriend at the time was, he had his own entertainment company. So they would host events outside at locally breweries or like restaurants that was like trivia or drag bingo and things like that. Well, I had a best friend that was like, hey, I'm sponsoring this drag bingo. Do you want to come? It's pirate bingo night. And you get an extra bingo card if you dress in pirate. And I'm also a cosplayer too as well. So I went head to toe. So I started sharing his company's information.
Yes.
And I didn't know behind the scenes of his rainbow curtain, if you will. He was the one messaging me back and forth. And it was just very conversational, you know, not flirty or anything like that. And then when I got to the event, I was in full pirate garb, and so was he. And we interacted, and it was a very fun event, very interactive. And so I went up to him, and I go, I'd love to host an event with you and your company for Gays of Universal outside the theme parks to help promote this brewery and do that. And I just want to network with you. I was not flirting with him. It was a business transaction.
Generally, because that's how I see the whole platform. And I know you by Gay Universal. You do a lot of events, networking, and meet congressionally with kind of like that for the community as well.
Yeah.
So this is actually fun, like a cool stuff for that.
So from that, when I walked away, apparently all of his friends goes, he was flirting with you. I was not. I'm going to put that on record right now. But then we got to know each other more, and of course, you know, sparks flied. And
who doesn't do that when we are networking?
Exactly. Sometimes you got to like, you know, show a little shoulder, if you will.
It's a signature. It's a signature quite. So Gay or Universal is a whole social media platform that interact and integrate all people that coming for the theme parks per se and the community LGBTQ plus. How for you has been such an inspiration to create another movement inside of this project to inspire other people to get connected as well?
Yeah. It's interesting. You know, it starts off as very serving platform for people to be represented. You don't realize a lot of times when you're doing something that you love and enjoy, the the sparks that you may create in other people. Because in our community, especially around the world, we still get, hate. And I have received messages privately from people that are not yet out, that their family doesn't know, they're not aware, or they have to do it for their own safety. I've actually had people reach out to me and say, I love your page, I love seeing it. I personally can't share my photos of going to Universal, but seeing your photos that you share of so many variety and so much diversity from the community, it brings me joy. It gives me hope that in the future I can be represented on your page. I've had people from other countries that come to me for advice, and I'm not a therapist, but I always give them the resources that they may need and
You're
stuff.
not a therapist, but you are an advocate. They can actually support, and you be there for listening, because you are actually, I transpire, that's the reason you are here. Because advocates are leaders that don't, I think it's savers. You are a lifesaver for somebody else. And I
you
love
don't
that.
sometimes know your own joy may bring others joy.
Yes.
So I always try and, when I started the page, I always wanted to make sure that I showed a variety from the community, not just one type of gay person, but I wanted to make sure that I represented and show as much as possible. In the end of the day, the only thing I care about is if your photo's good. That's all I care about.
Of course.
Yeah. You'd be surprised, some of the photos I get tagged in, I was like, are you at Universal?
You're doing something else.
Yeah, I'll get tagged and you see the Hogwarts castle very small in the background, but it's just their face, and I was like, come on.
Yeah, it's just
give me variety.
It's just uniqueness. It's transpired everything that you are showcasing for entertainment. It just people go to the park to enjoy everything that happens.
And we want to show that queer joy, that happiness, that you can live a free and healthy and wonderful life out there in the real world, and I want to be able to showcase that as much as possible.
I love that. I know you have different stuff doing during inside of Gay or Universal, but I want to talk about. Tell me about the small shop.
Sungay? Okay. So it kind of started a few years ago when, of course, as many of us all know, in the news here in Florida, they had different policies of don't say gay. So it was my way to kind of take the viewpoint from outside the theme park. Yes, big companies like to show off Pride merchandise and do that for that 1 month of the year. But the thing is, there's so many small shops and vendors and artists out there that showcase their art, their queer art, in all year round. They also support the community all year round, not just in the month of June. So I would showcase, for example, for Mardi Gras, we have some great food and merchandise and fun events for it. But there's restaurants outside of Universal that are close by that
they can be
that are Mardi Gras. There's Tibby's restaurant that is very accepting of the gay community. So those type of venues, or there would be some events like the Ren Theater, the Renaissance Theater, is an amazing
they
theater
have
production.
great shows there. They are right now. One that started just for you
For
this
hair.
past Friday, hair.
Yeah, and I went to Boots the other night, and I was like, this is a production.
Yeah.
And so those places, yes, theme park entertainment is wonderful. Yeah. It is great. We have some talented people, but a lot of those people come out in the real world and perform there, and we should support them there too.
Yes.
You went to Fringe, and you saw some amazing productions there.
A lot of productions. We went to, personally, I went to 6. Something. It was crazy.
Yeah, and we want to showcase those. So we do on Sundays, small shop Sundays, and we want to promote those local artists and vendors and performers of everything out, because in the end of the day, that's where the real heart sometimes is, and so I want to always showcase that. So
I love that. And one of my last questions, it is, you have your Orlando Universal, runway look challenge. And you are the 6 on 6. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. So
tell me about that.
Yeah. So in 2020, in the great shutdown of the world,
of course.
Yes.
Of course.
We, as a platform, how am I going to showcase people in the theme parks when they can't be in the theme parks? So how am I going to keep that content up and do that? Well, I thought of a very fun idea where we're stuck indoors. Let's have an opportunity to have them take photos of themed outfits. So the first season was very much like RuPaul's Drag Race season 1. It was very low budget.
Low budget.
And they just had to take one photo, and it was called a gay extravaganza, where they had to queer up an IP, an intellectual property from Universal Studios. But since then, we've gone on to 5 seasons now. We just hit our 5th season.
Nice.
Now it's not just one look, but they have to do 4 weeks of looks.
Oh, wow.
So for example, our last one, season 5, was an epic challenge, and it was themed after the different portals at Epic Universal.
I would love that.
So think the Met Gala for like Island of Burke. We did for Dark Universe. We did Universal Monsters on Spring Break. Monsters Gone Wild.
So ultimate point and everything, and like settle like with different like categories and all that stuff.
Different categories, just like RuPaul's Drag Race, America's Top Model, where they have to theme their look to that category.
Yes.
And then they have to showcase it, maybe do a video. And then while they're doing it, they also promote charities. So each one has a specific charity. And they raise money to that charity. And it could be for the queer community. It could be for the Pets Alliance.
Nice.
It could be anything. But we want to get also the awareness to those charities.
I love
so
that.
the more money that they raise, the more points that they get to as well. So it's a whole big thing. We have judges.
It's a whole show in a social media platform, and I want to keep diving in that because it's just. Thank you. And in this case, because we're gonna have like a game after this one, but
I know I'm gonna beat you at that. I have a feeling about that.
Why we choose violence all the time?
Yes,
Why?
especially during Pride Month.
I know, but again, for close up, so runway looks and all social media platforms. It is season 6 coming.
Yeah, we're working on diving into season 6, and we're brainstorming some ideas. So we're hoping in 2026 we can do that. We're gonna have a casting for that.
Nice.
So we try and look for local artists, anywhere from drag queens to cosplayers to just makeup artists, anywhere in between.
I love that.
And then we have mini challenges along the way. We're hoping to do maybe something that's a little wicked, if you will.
Can you add your social media?
Yep,
so right now.
our social media is Gays of Universal. You can also find us on Girl Challenge. That's our other social media. But my personal one is Walt's Apprentice.
Thank you so much for that, and thank you for coming Into the
thank you
Spotlight.
for having me.
But before he go, we're gonna have a game. It's a minute challenge with an old game on Into the Spotlight. It's called the Battle of Rhymes. So don't miss this game. This is coming up next. Right back. Welcome back to Into the Spotlight Talk Show! Welcome to the minute challenge of this week, and I always said I choose violence.
Oh gosh.
All the time. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still here with Zack here with us. Thank you for being here and torture yourself a little bit more.
Thank you.
We're gonna play a new game. It's actually what I was telling you on backstage, out of recording. This game has been 5 years on the making. Well, in the making now on the show, and always lose. I always lose, but I'm competitive. How you like? Do you good with rhymes?
Not like Eminem or like 8 Mile, so I can't throw down, but I can try my best. My boyfriend specifically said, "You're bad at rhymes. You're gonna lose."
I do completely. Welcome to the Battle of Rhymes. So into the Spotlight Minute Challenge, and we are gonna explain the details. We got 2 minutes on the clock, and you will see the time on the screen sometimes. So we have a single word will be popping up on the screen, and one at a time. Each player takes turns rhyming the word. Just one word rhyme per turn, and in the battle style. So you start, then I come in, and I say.
Try and rhyme something.
Yep,
with that
in the
word.
same time. Yeah. So the person that lose the rhyme, of course, lose, and the other person earn the point. If you stumble, you repeat or freeze, you miss your chance, and the other player take it. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready. I can't get any other ready than I am.
Well, when the time's up, the player will be the most point wins the battle. Are you ready?
I'm ready to win. I mean, play.
Wow, there's some humbleness in that statement there, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the battle rhyme begins now. Oh God. First word is you start. Decide.
Decide.
Oh God.
The light.
Oh God. Damn it. You guys are saying that. Light. Bite.
Sight.
Kite. Your turn. Prescribe.
Prescribe.
Trouble. Travel? I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know. I just said the word.
Did you say Cravel? Okay. Next one.
Other word.
Cat.
Hat.
Sat.
Bat.
Lat? That's not even a word.
No.
Hat. You already said hat.
Hat. Sad.
Lad.
Mad. I think that was the last word. Any word, any other word? We have 20 seconds. No? Perfect. Who won?
Judge. I think the judges are saying I won. I think the judges are saying I won.
The winner is Zack. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
You know what?
What do I win? A new car?
This is not.
We don't have that budget?
No. I can give you a Hot Wheel.
Just like Cynthia Erivo and the Tonys.
I love that. Zack, where they can find you in the social media platform for everybody that want to follow you on the social media with this?
You can follow me and other people of the community, the LGBTQ plus community on Gays of Universal, but on my personal page, Walt's Apprentice.
I love that. And everybody, all the information is going to be down on the description of the video on YouTube. And more information on Gays of Universal and everything they have done. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, and thank you so much for coming, Albo.
Thank you for having me. This has been amazing.
I'm crazy. It's crazy, the games. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, we have Blue Star as a next special guest. And remember, we're still celebrating Pride, so still rooting yourself, loving yourself, and somebody else, right?
Yeah, because if you can't love yourself, then
how the hell
you're going to love someone else?
Can I get an amen for here? Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, see you next time. What's up, buddy?